ready, Randy. I'm ready.
Ready?
Yep, ready.
Ready, Phil?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Do you have time to digest there?
Yeah, I'm ready, Greg.
All right, we'll call to order the township meeting on November 22nd, 2021. Time is 7:30. Please stand for the pledge of the flag and a short vote. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, we ask that you guide over us tonight to guide us in best decisions for the township residents. We ask that you be with our road superintendent as he recovers back from illness and COVID, and ask that you be with our assistant road superintendent, Brian, that he doesn't get a massive snowstorm, and be with the rest of the township employees. Amen.
Amen, man. Thanks for that. He said it. He said it. It comes.
Oh, we'll be out
Snow till we leave.
It don't matter. All right. Meeting agenda. I go and call for an executive session after public speaks. Anybody else have anything?
I will add into the new business an update on Hope.
And on the fire report, I've got a resignation letter I want to read.
Oh, and one more under zoning. Mary has a resignation letter also.
Brian?
I'm not gonna add anything.
All right.
Oh, record that one.
Meeting's not over yet.
Approval of trustee meeting minutes for Monday, 8/11/2021.
Rick has motions to approve the minutes.
Trustee Varian, second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approval of the treasurer's report from 11/22/2021.
Trustee Varian moves to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
Trustee Griffith seconds.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Public speaks. Does Mr. Parker want to speak? Okay.
Sing a song or no? All right.
Okay, Mr. Piro will move to go to executive session for conference with an attorney. This concerns disputes involving trustees which are subject to court action. Time is 7:34. Roll call.
Yep. Griffith,
Yes.
Varian.
Yes.
Hero.
Yes, and we will be inviting Attorney Charlie Hall to come in. Should only be about 2 or 3 hours.
I'm gonna put this on mute.
This one's the one that we Back on. One of those.
You good?
Good.
Okay, trustee Piero makes a motion to come back out of executive session at 7:58.
Trustee Varian, second.
Roll call vote.
Griffith,
Yes.
Varian,
Yes.
Piero.
Yes. Trustee Piero moves to make a resolution to find Miller Builder Construction in breach of contract of our salt shed that was to be finished by 10/31/2021. We move to remove the contract.
Trustee Varian, second.
Roll call vote.
Griffith,
Yes.
Varian,
Yes.
Piero.
Yes. All right.
Now we're gonna discuss further options later.
Gentlemen, if you have nothing else for me, I'll leave and I'll be in contact with all of you soon.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
for coming.
Have a good evening.
Thanks, Charlie.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks for the help on that other paper.
Move to the fire report.
All right. We have some money we need to spend. So, we have EMS grant money, a total of $3,163 that needs to be spent by the end of the year, at which point I can turn in paperwork and that money will all be reimbursed. So I have a couple of purchases that, we would like to make. One is to order 2 vacuum mattresses, one for each squad at a cost of $600 each. So that would be $1,200, and that comes from Boundtree Medical, which is where we order most of our supplies.
What do you do with a vacuum mattress?
So if you have a person who basically has injuries everywhere, it's similar to a vacuum splint that you would put on a single injury, but their whole entire body goes on it.
Okay.
So backboards have pretty much fallen out of favor. They do more harm than good, and so this is a better option.
Wow.
So you lay them on it, you suck all the air out, and it basically makes their whole body into a splint, or puts their whole body in a splint.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
And is that self-contained? So that's $600 is gonna be everything you need,
yes.
and we'll be
We
have
already
we'll have
have a
space for it.
pump that is.
We have a pump.
mhm,
Okay.
Yeah, so it's $600 each, so it would be $1,200 total.
And pump it comes with it, or you have one already?
We have one.
Great.
Amy, a real quick question.
Yep.
When tentatively does that money come in that grant?
When does it come in?
Yeah,
Once I submit the receipts and the proof of payment to the state.
What's the deadline for submitting that?
Usually within like 2 or 3 months
Okay, so
after.
you don't run by December 31st?
No,
Okay,
no.
Okay.
so you have time.
Yeah, it needs to be spent by the end of the year. We need to show that that money was
Show that
spent.
it's been spent. Trustee Varian moves to purchase 2 vacuum mattresses at the cost of $600 each, a total of $1,200, to be reimbursed by EMS grant money, and the vendor to be paid. So what was the vendor name?
Boundtree.
Boundtree.
Trustee Griffith seconds.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
We also need to replace our iPads. Our iPads on our ambulances are the original ones, so from 2013. So we did, I say we, that helped me. I did a little research on the Apple iPad 9 coming from Verizon, which is our current, oh my goodness, contract. They are about $610 a piece is what the iPads would be. Up to $1,500 is reimbursable for data reporting, which would include iPads.
Okay.
So $1,500 is the most we can spend. It looks like purchasing the 2, we would be under that $1,500 cap, which is still money.
So what do we do with the old iPads?
Well, I don't know if there's value to them. I don't know if we can turn them in. I don't know the answer to that.
Is there a setup cost to get these new iPads set up to be running in the ambulances?
I don't know. We need to, Brian and I, we need to get a hold of Verizon anyway. Our squad phones are no longer working. The one is having issues. I'm guessing it's because everything is now 4 and 5G and they're like the original, like rigid flip phone. So
Okay.
I believe those are gonna need upgrades as
So
well.
this-
Do you know, Amy, if the iPads, there should be no problem with changing those onto the account?
There shouldn't be, because we're just switching those out for our current ones, which have data.
So right now, 2 have data.
Uh-huh.
They're old. They're coming
Yes.
off. 2 new ones go on with data.
Yes,
We just have to set them up.
yes.
And then when you say squad phone, it's a flip phone that rides along.
Yes, so that's how we call the hospital.
Okay.
So we have 2 phones. They're like those original, like when those rugged ones came out.
Yep.
They're pretty old. They're like red and black.
So
those
you're gonna have a hard time finding a flip phone that's not a screen
Oh,
phone.
no,
anymore.
the flip phones are back in.
Well, yeah,
phones
but
are back in.
They are.
We
The
need.
whole
They
thing's a
actually
screen.
cost more than the
I know,
smartphones
it's
now.
ridiculous.
so what can we get that's gonna be user
Whatever's
friendly?
cheap and
Okay.
is compatible. I had to call the hospital the other day and they're not even connecting. So I
Those-
don't know.
Those have to be
Okay.
basically out of contract. I mean, they were still under contract, but it's been so long, you might be able to get the cheap free upgrade without even buying a phone.
That would be fantastic.
You have 2 of those?
All right, they're both not working?
No, one is still working.
Okay, but they're
But
both
I'm not
outdated.
Sure, they're
Yeah.
both the same
Yeah.
vintage.
Okay.
yes.
The other
So
thing I was gonna say about the iPads, not good for what you're using for, but we might want to consider donating them to the school, the elementary, for the younger kids for some of their games they might work great.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any value to them, I don't
I feel like the flip phones go in the trash and the iPads get donated. I mean,
I'm not sure the iPads are gonna work, they're too old.
Oh, they're that old.
They're probably,
They're-
that old, you
yeah.
can't download any new apps.
Okay.
They're from 2013, so they're
Ooh,
8
ooh,
years
those
old.
are old.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're our original ones that we bought, which is what I need to replace.
They're door stoppers.
got it.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nightlight. Okay.
Right.
Trustee Varian moves to purchase 2 new iPads, not exceeding $1,500 to be reimbursed by the EMS grant money. These iPads will be purchased possibly through Verizon, but we will have a Verizon contract on both these iPads, and they will be replacing the 2 iPads that are in the current squads.
Are you going to include the phones too or not?
No, we have to do this on a
Those
separate.
aren't, yeah, the phones are not reimbursed.
This is
by grant money.
reimbursable through the
Okay.
grant money.
Griffith will second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Now, as far as the phones go,
We probably need to talk to Verizon, would be my guess, and see what our options are. I think.
Because if they're that old, you might be able to upgrade them to some cheap phone without buying and just continue. your-
See, right now on that account, it has those phones on it, but it also has like a modem. Does something talk?
Yes, that is for the monitor. The monitors both have modems, and those would be on the Verizon bill as well.
Yeah, because I got a bill for 1408, for example, for
Yep.
modems.
Yeah,
You get your data plan is like
Yep.
$50 a month for those 2 iPads.
Yep.
And then your phone is,
something, I'm sure.
I can't remember what that one was.
Yeah.
But those are for those phones.
They're not like fire grade or any special, they're
No,
just regular cell.
they're just regular old flippies.
yeah. I think they were like the rugged ones back when I was.
Because that sounds like you want something a little bit better in case you
Trustee,
drop them.
I would just set a dollar amount up to $1
Just to get it done.
just
We
get
gotta
it
have it,
done.
you
And
don't
then
have to
like
be-
Trustee Griffith said, that maybe we can get a new package and get some.
Yeah, I think you need to look at a new
Yeah.
package, especially because you're getting the iPads.
Yeah.
We need to do that.
So I think we should make a motion to allow them to replace those 2 phones and update them and look at whatever the package is. You might want to check your modems too to make sure they're not getting too old.
Those I think are okay still. Those come from, like, they're part of our monitors. So I think they're still okay.
Does it make any sense at all if you're gonna have 2 new iPads that have data to just call from the iPad? Like, does it?
Can't, I mean, is that an option? Can we? I don't know.
Sure. You can call from
I
that
think you
iPad.
can.
You can call
I
from
don't
the
have
iPad
an
just,
issue with that,
I mean, you gotta hold it up to
honestly.
your ear. No, I'm joking.
But
But I mean, we
honestly
could get
don't
rid
have
of the
an
flip
issue with
phones and
that.
just communicate straight through the iPad. But we have to set that up, obviously, so they know, so,
I
They're gonna
guess.
have to put the phone number to the iPad.
I'd get the phones.
yeah, I mean, because
That's
if your iPad has a data package, guess what? You have a phone number.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
device has a phone number.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
So
know
it-
iPads have phone numbers.
That's what's on the bill.
Or has on the bill.
On every one.
You know, all you have to do is just put on an app on there that says call out and you're dialing to the hospital. We're not paying for both. But I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. If you don't want to mess with that.
No.
You're the IT guy. You tell us.
The question is, do you ever have one person working on entering the information with the iPad and you've got the other person calling the hospital?
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Then would you go to the phone? Well, let's
Yeah.
put some. What do you want to put on there?
They should be able to replace both phones for, not to exceed 1,000, should be under that.
Oh, I hope.
Yeah.
Trustee Varian moves
Might be
to
free.
Trustee Varian moves to spend up to $1,000 to replace both outdated cell phones that ride in the squads, also through Verizon.
Trustee Griffith seconds.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed.
We had representatives on Friday come out from FirstNet. Are you at all familiar with FirstNet? It's through AT&T. It is specific phone/data available to fire departments, but it's also available to fire department personnel. So there is an option essentially to switch like from your current carrier. So for us, it would be Verizon to AT&T to be on their FirstNet. I'll be honest, when we asked for pricing from the AT&T/FirstNet representatives, they said, well, we need to see a copy of your Verizon bill. So that makes me feel like it will be just similar to
Make it
whatever
$5
we paid
under.
for Verizon. But they also have the ability for fire departments to set up a profile with them, which then would allow our personnel to take advantage of FirstNet without us actually having a contract with FirstNet. So it basically means someone, which would likely be me, as an administrator that says, yes, that is our personnel. No, that is not. So if someone on our roster wanted to take advantage of the FirstNet things that are offered, we as a township would need to have a profile, even if we choose not to use them as our carrier. So they gave us some information on that. I believe having that profile could be beneficial to people that want to use it, even if we as a department choose not to go with FirstNet.
Do we pay for that profile?
No. We do not. We just have to set it up so that we someone, if they're on our roster and wants to take advantage of some of those things, they would basically ping back to us and say, does this person work for you? Is this person a first responder? And we say yes or no. But we have to have a profile as a department in order to do that. But there is not a cost to set up that profile.
Yeah, so I think that's up to you.
Okay.
If you want to do it.
Yeah, I can. I mean, it would be. Okay. We had interviews this week with 3 people. Our recommendation is to move forward with hiring all 3 of them. The first one, Brandon Hinkle, is a 240 EMT basic. He runs with Louisville and is looking to come work
Did he work for
with
us?
us. He did when we had some of the Louisville personnel that would come over and
Oh,
pick
when
up
we
shifts.
shared, yeah.
He did. So he was on our roster at that point in time. He is interested in picking up shifts and working for us.
What was his status again? His
EMT basic, 240 EMT basic, yeah. And then Noah Denzer is an EMT basic, and he is currently in fire school and will finish at the end of December. So he would be probationary until he finishes fire school. He lives in Louisville. And then Logan Haley is a 240 EMT basic. He lives in the village of East Canton, so he is local.
Would Noah, will Noah fall into that change in training we just put in place? Like, will we be able to get him some training hours?
Yes.
Because he's gonna be
So-
fresh.
So yeah, he absolutely would. He'll need to do quite a few hours of
Okay.
training once he finishes his 240. The other 2 work currently other places, so they are getting some training. So they will absolutely need training on our equipment and how we do things, but they're both working. Brandon and Logan both work other places.
Can
and
all
we
3
need
of these
less.
guys, I mean, can Brandon and Logan start as soon as we get them in and
As soon
then?
as we get them in and
Okay.
driving our vehicles and checked off on our vehicles,
Okay.
they can.
And so what attracted them? Anything specific?
So Logan is local. His mom actually was on the department years ago. So he lives over on Orchard, by the park. So he said it's just from here. He was interested.
Good.
Noah is in fire school and was putting out applications. And so we're local to him too, living in Louisville. And then Brandon was looking for another place to work. So
Okay.
my recommendation for all of them would be to hire them with a 6-month probationary period. That is what our handbook has on it or in it, is hiring them with that 6-month probationary period. So if in that first 6 months, they're not actually picking up shifts or they're not doing the things they need to do on that probationary period, which kind of gives us some.
Got it.
Have they said they can work XYZ hours or
Mhm.
give
Right,
you some?
Yes,
Great. This is great. I'm excited. There's 3 people.
I know, me too.
My next question that I
Yeah.
just want to ask, what about training? Who's going to be like assigned, or is there multiple people going to have to share in that responsibility?
Yeah, so Dale and I, Captain Nelson and I will be doing a lot of the training. Myself a lot on the EMS side, Captain Nelson a lot on the fire side, and getting them through. Chief Shear has also said until he's gone that he will help train
Great.
with these people. So
Okay, we need to move to hire some folks, yeah?
We're gonna do that.
We're gonna do this now.
I don't know.
We need a motion to get these people hired, correct?
yes,
Okay. Trustee Varian moves to hire Brandon Hinkle, Noah Denzer, and Logan Haley to be firefighter EMTs for Osnaburg Township
So what date?
as soon as possible, because we need their help.
yesterday.
Yes, yesterday? Can you?
I think Brian needs a date though.
What date would you like to start?
EMT, basic hourly wage?
What is it?
The-
Yes.
Yeah. okay.
Yes, they're
On all
all
3.
basics.
Yeah.
Yes. I was asking
What
it was.
what helps you in the world of dates, so we're not messing up your payroll?
Would they be starting this week or next week?
I mean, I think this payroll ends the 27th.
Yes.
So we could say the 28th.
Your schedule's already out, but
Yeah,
But they
December's is out, but they,
they can pick
if
up.
they get checked off, yeah, they can.
Great. Hopefully
Some
they'll
of
pick up
them.
some December. That'd be great. All right.
So November 28th then?
All right. At effective November 28th was a long motion, sorry.
Griffith seconds.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed?
All right. Do you have anything else?
Just 39 calls. I'll be honest with you, we are absolutely getting hammered. I mean, we're running like 5 and 6 calls a shift, which is a lot for us, quite frankly.
Can I ask you about the structure fire in
Sure.
Georgetown?
Sure.
What was it a house or?
Yes,
And so that was ours, correct?
Yes.
It was on our side of Georgetown. Did we have enough people show up?
we had 4 from our department,
Okay,
and Michelle was there, Louisville was there.
okay. But I'm thinking about for our recording.
So, yeah, we had 4 of us there.
Perfect.
Luckily, it was right at shift change. It was at 6:45, so there were 2 people coming off shift, and Chief Shear and I coming on shift.
Oh, wow.
So we
That
ended up
worked out
4 of
good.
us there.
Okay, good. All right, I have a couple things to add here. I'll make them quick. Chief Shear gave me a list here of a few lights that are out on a couple trucks, and I have numbers and I have locations. And so I got this from him right at the end of the meeting last week, and I'm going to work on it this week. I apologize, I've not gotten to it faster. It's been kind of a wild couple weeks. But I will work on these marker lights out and get together with the folks up there at the department. The last time we met, Chief Shear and Assistant Chief Parker had a call. So we had a resignation letter that we did not get a chance to read. So this has a little bit of a date to it, but here we are. So this is a resignation letter. I'm going to read it to here, have it on record for us. This is to Chief Shear. It says, "Dear Chief, I'm writing to notify you of my resignation from my position at Osnaburg Township Fire Department. My last day with Osnaburg Fire will be November 10th, 2021. I have thoroughly enjoyed working at Osnaburg for the past 2 years. And as it was my first fire job, Osnaburg obviously holds a special place in my heart. I have genuinely enjoyed working for you and have loved the staff at Osnaburg Fire Department. Thank you for the opportunities you've provided me, and I'm grateful for the experience I have gained through working with you. I wish you and the department all the best. If I can be of help during the transition, please don't hesitate to ask. Sincerely, Casey Beaver." So So Trustee Varian would move to accept Casey Beaver's resignation. And this is already passed, but effective November 10th of 2021. She was not on the schedule in November, so we don't have to worry about that. But
Griffith seconds.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
great. The last thing on my agenda is I would like to make a motion to have Miss Amy Parker serve as our interim chief for the next 6 months. We will readdress the position on the July 11th meeting, and that'll give us 6 months and about a week. And Ms. Parker has gratefully accepted that position. Smile. So we're thankful for her doing that. So what we'll do is we'll put that motion in place now, and then once Chief Shear physically leaves and his resignation is over, we'll swear you in at that point. But we want to make the motion now so we can get you started. So we'll start with that, and then I'll do the compensation in the next round.
Trustee Griffith seconds that.
All those in favor, aye. Opposed?
And then as far as the compensation side of things go, we'd like to bump the stipend to $1,000 a month, which would be the $800 for the chief. And then it's a little extra for the assistant chief job because you're going to be doing both. And we have 3 new people coming in and you have a lot going on. So in the interim position, in that 6 months time, we'd like to make the stipend $1,000 a month with the understanding that, we're in December, we're going to have 2 stipends that are going to be higher, but that's okay. The chief will have his stipend in December, and we'll start for yours in December as well. So it'll actually be December through that 6 months. It'll be 7 months.
Trustee Griffith seconds.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye. Great. Anything else for fire?
Covers. Pad covers, you can have that.
We'll get that.
Great.
You got some pretty good kids.
You have some good kids.
That's actual information. I do.
Haven't heard a peep out.
Yeah. but
Thank you.
I don't
Thanks.
think they have to sit here anymore.
Thanks for all you're doing. I know it's a lot of work right now. I know we're low, and thank you.
So,
Yeah,
you're
I
free
bought
to
a
go.
lot for my house right now.
Yeah. I went up to knock on the fire department door to tell them I was going to burn a pile of brush. And then I said, Amy, I'm like, dang it, I'm texting on the weekend. Burning brush, Amy. Here it comes. I thought someone was going to call me in. I had a big fire going.
After 6 p.m.
Yeah, I know. I waited until after 6. Thank you.
Thanks.
Amy, are
Thank
you in the station like tomorrow for doing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here tomorrow. So if you want to do some phone tags, we'll work
Yeah.
on this.
This is an iPad.
Okay.
Cemetery report. Nothing?
One reason I'm hesitating, because I know, I gotta think a second. Yes, we will be having a burial this week. I'm thinking it's posted on the, but Ryan, I have not talked to him about it, other than I think the funeral director did, so.
Okay.
That's the only thing we had going on. I don't know if, Ryan never said anything to me about the wreaths across America, if any contacts have been made. I'm working on the Porta-John for that date that you already all approved, but
I got contacted to speak.
to speak, okay. Brian, you, on December 19th, I know we're hoping our road superintendent's back in that time frame, but we were talking about traffic control and helping Ryan on that Saturday for a few hours. And I know he offered to be there.
What day is that?
December 19th, Saturday.
I think that's the 18th, isn't it?
It might be.
The 18th, it is the 18th.
It's the
The
18th.
18th, December 18th. I keep looking over there because I know it's on the corner of that table.
Yeah, it's 18.
That's all I had.
Road report. Well, and I'll just start out with Stu being out. Me and Brian have working together. He's contacted Dave Fallon. Dave Fallon has agreed to come in for anything we need. They're gonna be doing some ditching and some stuff to get done that was on the schedule. He's contacted, John Parker. John Parker's ready to go if we need him for driving plow truck. And we'll fill in. We're working on getting some backups. Even when Stu comes back, we're trying to get second shift backups for snow plowing.
Working on it.
We had a couple options. Did you talk to your dad?
Well, I didn't know because he's related to me.
Is he interested?
I mean, he said he would do it. So
Yeah, but he's not related to us.
You wouldn't be his boss.
Right,
Yeah.
he's not related to us.
He can, it doesn't matter if
Yeah.
you're related to
But
him.
he was just saying,
It only
if
matters
we're
if
gonna,
you were
if
the
we're gonna
boss.
offer him
It is a
something.
family.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're telling us he's interested, we'll be the ones to call him and say, hey, you interested?
Yeah. Fill an
That's no problem.
application.
All right. That's why.
You thinking for pushing snow, Randy?
He would be a backup.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
he has
Oh, yeah.
Class B. So
Oh, yeah, great.
I mean, he could do it.
You can jump in the truck.
He's that
Good.
stiff lady.
Is he still working full-time at Malone?
No, he's part-time.
Part-time? Oh, great. All right. Hey, if you need a second hand, if you're doing this by yourself, and let me know, because I'm up the street and I've got some days off for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Let me know. I can come down and help you if you're a two-man job and you don't have somebody.
Okay.
Please.
Anything?
This man named Steve Tharp has been emailing Brian about the sign for the recycling bins. And we haven't put it up yet. I have the poles and stuff, but I don't know where to put it. That's
He's
up
been
to
calling
you.
and asking it when it's going to go up.
When is it gonna be put up? He wants
Got
to know, cause he gave it to us,
What?
Oh, he's
Why
the
don't
person
you-
that gave it to us. Got
Yes.
it.
Why don't you reach
Okay.
out to him and explain the situation with our road
We-
superintendent at the time, what nothing will be done till he's back in.
I did all that,
Oh,
but Brian offered that if he had somebody help him, he could go ahead and do it if that decision on the spot and
Yeah.
then call 811
I think.
just to keep it
And
rolling.
it's over there at the fire department. But, you know, you
Right,
could just go-
right.
Yeah, let's
It's a
let's
matter
do
of-
it. You and I
We
can
got
get
the
it done.
poles and
Yeah,
everything.
It's a matter of, didn't you talk about renting
They
a
were-
Lepo, like a pole?
Like a pole
saw
digger.
Pole-
Yeah.
Postal digger, and we could knock it out.
Yep.
Shouldn't take too long.
You're
They
gonna have to-
had talked about putting it on the building, and I know that probably would keep the longevity of the sign, but I'm afraid it's too far away from the actual bins.
It does. It
Yeah.
needs to be back
I'm afraid
behind
it
them
needs
up
to
on
be,
that bank a
yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
So
Well,
they can see.
let's you and I get together and let's make that our job. We can put it in. We'll get it
Yeah,
done.
I gotta get a couple more bags of cement. but,
Okay,
You'll have to rent the digger too.
at the auger.
So you have the time when.
I got, yeah, okay.
Metzger's had a nice one that you could
Yeah,
you could move around and it would have
has
a
the
motor.
bar and has
Yeah.
the motor.
It would be nice to get behind them.
Little two-wheel pull behind the truck one.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
very
it's
expensive.
really- yeah. Okay.
So I'll go get a price on that.
I think it
So
went all the
are
way
the-
up to 8 inch.
Are the trustees okay with us putting this thing on higher pole so it sits kind of on the hill behind?
Yeah.
Or,
I got 14 footers out.
oh, okay.
I know we talked about off to the left on the
Okay.
hill. So
Okay.
everybody goes up to them is looking right at it. Behind it could be hid a little bit when you have them up only so high, because them posts, and they're 2 or 3 longer or something.
There's two that are longer, because we're gonna put the big one up and then put the little one in the middle.
Oh, I got you.
So
Okay.
it's above the bigger one,
Yeah.
and
So would you guys prefer it to be off to the side? So it'd be like sign, bin, 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 bin? Or would you be bin, 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 sign behind up on the hill? What would you prefer?
I know originally it was on the side.
It was on the side. It was the same eye level as the rest of the bins. It was just on the side of the bins.
I
Okay.
know the guys went over and looked how Canton Township, they had it on their fence and they have it more of a lower profile than up high,
Right.
But
Mhm.
that's what, and they were talking about mowing around it or weed eating or put Roundup, doing different things like that, to make it easy maintenance, too.
we could always just scrape out the grass and I have stone back here we can put in around it,
Just
so
wrap
it
some
looks
stuff
nice.
around it. Yeah.
Whatever you guys choose is fine.
All right,
Just
let's
make
get
it look good. We don't care.
In the next 2 weeks, let's get it in.
All right.
Good.
Good deal.
Anything else?
I think that's all.
All right,
Thanks, bud.
thanks a lot. Zoning,
Okay. Since, on the last meeting, I forgot to put an ag exemption that came in that week, so there is that ag exemption on this report. And then we have 3 hearings set up for the BZA, which are shown on the report here. One is for a variance to put a garage closer to a house. The other is the Sucos Park hearing. That way, because it's conditional, you have to go through the BZA.
Do we need to attend that? Okay.
And then the last one is for short-term rental, which is conditional.
I know Charlie Hall offered to come to that meeting, just to
Okay.
come, in
Okay.
case there was any questions when it comes to the Sucos Park.
Yeah,
And
so
I'm-
I will go, and then if Charlie comes, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
You all can go as residents /
Well, but the
Yeah.
Sucos property is the trustees asking,
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
So I'd be going as a trustee asking.
Okay. The other
You
two
could go
trustees
as
could go as a
residents, but-
resident.
they're all gonna be done on the 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the meeting starts at 7.
All of them?
Yeah, they're going, I talked to the chairman of the BCA and he said he'll figure out what order to do them to get through fast as he
Okay.
can.
So just plan on 7. All right.
Yeah.
I won't plan to be there. If you're there and Charlie's there, I'll. All right.
I just don't want to get caught up in that.
No, I-
Trustees all in the same.
Yeah, I understand.
As long as you don't pass any business.
That's on December 6th.
Yes.
Okay.
December 6th at 7 p.m. You should all have received what the county engineer drew up for the vacating of the road
Yes.
for the Hunter property. It's my understanding that you just need to make a resolution and then it gets sent to the commissioner's office and they do whatever process they have to do from there.
So that is the guy that's
On
combining all those parcels.
Right.
So that's the guy that, I have a pause for concern here because he's causing a lot of issues with all the neighbors around there. And we had a call.
He is leasing a property off of Jeffries on Lucy, and there is a turnaround there, and he's blocked that turnaround with posts. And it's my understanding that the EMS had to go out there to the house back at the back of the lane, and they had rip out one of those posts to get turned around.
And then I believe the egg.
You put posts into a public road?
I'll go back,
It's-
I'll
it's
go back
beside-
and talk to him. I was going to and I forgot about it because this when Stu was.
You know where, because you weren't with us back at Lucy, were you? I bet your dad was there when we were back there.
I'll go back and talk to him about these posts. I'll get it fixed.
Okay, and then he was mowed through the woods,
I don't know about that.
brush hog to make a path so he could get somebody's crossing other people's property to make this path to get, he just needs to, he has to respect other people's
Right,
property.
I'll talk to him.
And Jeffries that owns the property says he's willing to go with any recommendations we give him about that turnaround.
Got it.
I believe our snow plows, at least in the past, they've turned around there
We
also.
every year we turn around there, but if someone blocks it off, I mean, we
Is
don't
it-
maintain that section. I mean, it's got to drop like that. When you drop off there, you're
Mhm.
not coming back up out of it.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Where that's at.
It's,
I'm sure I
It's-
plowed that before.
You have,
I know I plowed that back there.
Yeah.
isn't that the Klotz allotment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The easy way to get to is if you're on 13th Street.
Yeah,
you
just
hook
take
around
13th.
and go straight
It
on.
goes
Then
straight
take
back.
another.
You know, 13th Street hooks over into Canton. You just go straight down through it. It says dead
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
And then that next little
Yeah.
dog leg that goes back is where all this
That's-
is,
yep.
isn't it?
Yeah, that turnaround's on your left, and that
Yeah,
guy's
I
house
know
is
where
right
it's
there.
at.
I know where you are now. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
That's really the only place to turn around, because if you try to turn around in people's driveway, that goes downhill pretty quick.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't think you won't pull down.
there is no,
Good
the
place.
people's driveway is their yard,
Right.
Okay.
so.
But we do need to keep ambulance access back there. The guy that called me owns the house and rents to that last house.
Okay.
Yeah, he called in here and we forwarded that to Mary and then she was working on it. And I think Trustee Puro, like he said, it's one of those things that in the years that I've been here, I remember that's an issue about blocking that road off. So everybody wants to put a gate.
Well, I got the call on it too, and I was gonna call on it, but it was when things went downhill fast with Stu, and I got sidetracked and forgot about it, and that was my fault. But we need a motion for the vacating, correct? Trustee Puro moves to accept the engineer's decision on vacating the property across the Hunter Farm.
Trustee Varian, second.
All those in favor, aye.
I suggest a roll call.
Roll call.
Griffith. Barron,
Yes.
Puro.
Yes. All right. We got a resignation.
Yes. One of the commission members, Karen Eastwich, sent in a letter of resignation. Do you want me to read it or?
I think we do. Do you have with you there her years of service? Because it's a lot.
I have no-
I'm gonna say she's, 20-some years. We can check our records for sure. Generally, when we have someone who's been there that long, we do like a little reception or something.
Okay.
From Karen Neese, which lives on Klotz Avenue over in the Klotz allotment.
Mhm.
This letter is to inform you that I am retiring as of November 15th, 2021. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve our community. I followed many diligent and hardworking 4 steps. I am sure who follows in the years to come will also be men and women who will continue the work needed to keep our community safe and a place where people will want to live and raise a family and retire. Sincerely, Karen Nisevich. And the commission, she's on the commission, is not meeting till in January. But
Can we invite her back?
yeah, when they meet in January, maybe we can invite her. Actually, we usually do it at a trustee meeting.
Oh, okay.
Actually, we could do it at the meeting where we're,
December 13th.
yeah,
13th, 27th.
I think we should probably do it then.
13th. You want to see if she can come
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
decide?
Mary, you want to give a little call and see if she'll come? Well,
If she wants to have some guests come or whatever, what do you, usually we had some light refreshments or something.
yeah.
What do you want
You're allowed to come, invite the commission, they'd come for a reception, not a vote or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
to, we
can
did it, we
invite
only
the-
did it before.
Yeah.
What, about half an hour?
Oh, okay. Did it
About
before.
7:00.
Gotcha. Come eat a cookie, drink a bunch, and head out. Got it. So they can go and do the meeting.
Yeah.
How long do you want this record retention meeting?
It's only like
2 minutes?
5.
5. Is that on the 13th too?
I can,
Got it.
I can pick up some light refreshments. We can set up a table. If I pick up some refreshments, can you pick up some water
Give you
bottles?
money. Yeah, absolutely. I can do more.
You bring up coffee and water. I think
There's some
that's
cider.
You could bring cider. if you want.
Done.
Okay.
All right, cider and water. I'll bring that. This is the 13th, and this is at 7:00.
Yeah.
All right, and if she can't make it, let me know.
Okay.
Did you have that letter or is there an extra?
It's right here. Sorry.
There you go.
Oh, I gave you mine.
Oh, she's going to.
Why don't you put that in her record file? We probably have a record file. And we'll want to make up like a certificate of thanks for her. And I can do that if you can give me the number of years. I know it's in the file in there.
Okay.
That'd be nice to do for her.
Are you doing anything at all tonight or just wait?
You want a motion on it?
Well, just acknowledge that.
Oh, yeah, I'll make a motion that we accept Karen's resignation as of November 15th.
Trustee Varian, second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Anything else?
Got another phone call over on Lucy again by a different person. This was for trash at the front house there, right where 13th turns into Lucy. It's all over the yard against the fence against the house, but there's a dumpster out front, so I'm gonna send them a letter to clean it up.
Okay.
And then there is a truck alongside Lucy. It's a Ford pickup, but it has scrap and stuff in the back of it. And from what I'm told, it's been there for a while.
It's on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be removed because it's gonna be a snow, have to be out of for a snow bin. Is it in front of a house?
It's across the street from my house.
Is it licensed?
Yeah. But it's alongside that road that's part of the Jeffries property, so there's no houses over on that side.
Yeah.
What do we do with that?
I don't know.
Run,
I can talk to somebody, see if they have any recommendations.
You know who it belongs to?
I have no.
maybe we should check with the sheriff's department, let them run the plates and notify the owner, because I hate to send it to the house, we don't even know, it might not be.
Right. Because there has been a problem back there of stolen vehicles before, so it may not belong to anybody.
Right.
Yeah, it may not.
So maybe we do need to have them run the plates to see if it's
Okay.
something that's just.
I'd just say it was a possible abandoned vehicle, we don't know who it belongs to.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get that taken care of.
And Mary, could you make sure you notify the commission that Karen has retired then too? And then we'll invite them to the reception also, the commission.
I believe that's all I have.
That, for the turnaround there that's blocked off,
Mhm.
the one up, some of these other ones that we have where we turn around are marked on a map. Is this one marked on that map?
I don't know.
I think it's Jeffrey's property,
Yeah.
but he's always allowed them to turn around there. And what blocked that off from people driving down into Jeffrey's ground was set back far enough that there's
Yeah.
a place for them to turn around.
Well,
Yeah.
Stu had some maps. It might be in his desk.
Yeah.
When I went out to plow, he gave you a map and it had it marked. That I'd like to take that with me when I go out there. So we'll look after the meeting, see if it's just for snow plowing. All right. Did you send a letter to that property down there by the Linz about the grass? Have you heard anything on
I
it?
couldn't see, I've tried looking, I can't see the backyard to see the grass where it's not mowed. I know the front of it's mowed, but I can't see the back to be able to tell.
All right. Well, you guys are gonna ditch this tomorrow,
Oh, Wednesday.
Wednesday. All right. See what comes rolling out.
I did contact the health department about that though. I haven't heard anything back yet.
Well, they're gonna clean the ditch, so if they wanna come out and see if there's anything coming out, that'll be the time.
Good time. Be fun.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right. I got no old business, let's go to new business. Record retention meeting prior to regular meeting.
Whatever time you want that 5-minute meeting.
Brian says he needs 600 seconds, so that's, you need a motion?
Yes.
Do we
Trust-
want to do that? Because we're doing that. Do we want to do it at 7:25?
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
is
do
that
it,
okay?
Because
Okay.
I'm gonna already have everything prepared. The president of the board usually just has to be there, but because you all are usually here, it's so nice to have all your.
All right, so we can do it at 7:25. We still get that reception at 7.
Trustee Piro moves to have the record retention meeting at 7:25, December 13th, 2021.
Trustee Varian, second.
All those in favor, aye?
All right.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, Brendan, Trustee Griffith has an update on Hope.
So we have secured the funding that we need, and we have signed off on transferring the property, and the affordable housing will be finalized with the attorneys tomorrow.
Wow, that's great.
And so hopefully you'll see them in there. We had some delays with surface rights in oil and gas that they had to research, some things like that, where the gentleman who built the storage sheds had his tank battery and his flow line was on that property. But he moved it off of there closer because it was cheaper for him. But they didn't like how the paperwork looked. They had to go back and redo it and get it notarized and stuff. So it was kind of a delay there. But everything's done and.
Yeah, you're getting to the, seeing the light at the tunnel on this project, aren't you? That's exciting. Exciting.
So that's
Great.
good.
All right.
And if the weather cooperates.
Yeah, right, yeah. Trustee Varian moves to adjourn and pay bills.
Trustee Griffith, second.
All those in favor, aye? Opposed?
Varian. You've been doing a great job. 3 or 4 things going on. There was meetings before, there was nothing on. Doing great. Keep it up.
Oh, I was gonna do that.